Hello, welcome to video 3 or video 4. So video 4, there was a small error here for pay. So include pay in all the working. So the previous the question that we did, the previous question, and this question include pay. So kindly include pay. So you less pay. So you less. So not here. So don't include pay here, but include pay here. So you also less pay here. You take the value of pay, you multiply by 12 if it is on monthly basis. If it's a year value, unaweka as a full. But kama iko in monthly, unachukua hiyo value of pay, multiply with 12. I will show you in our next example. So you do this one, and also the previous class video, you also input pay. So that one was an error, but it's okay. So I think we can move on. We can do a question here, November 2019. November 2019, question number 3B. So we can try and do November 2019 3B. November 2019, question number 3B. November 2019, question number 3B. November 2019, question number 3B. So Suleiman Kombo is an employed managing director at Utamu Distributor, a tax exempt company during the year that 1st December 2018. So even if the company is exempt, the person working there must pay tax. So you have the basic salary. So tunasema Kombo computation of taxable income for the year 2023. No, for the year 2019. So we start with the basic salary. No, basic salary basic salary is 120,000 per month, pay into bracket 48,000. So ukiangalia in our formula here, tutatumia hii ya tatu. So basic salary kumaanisha ni direct, so 120,000 times 12. 120,000 times 12. So itakuwa ngapi? 120,000 times 12, 1.4. That one is correct. So we are not going to include pay. You are provided with the lunch by the employer from 1st August 2018 per month for 48. So that's a benefit, 4,800. So lunch, so add benefit. So you add benefit, and you can see alikuwa amepewa lunch ya 4,800 from first alipewa from which month? Alimpea from 1st August. Remember our year ends inaisha December. So August, July, August, September, October, November, December. So that is 5 months. So from August to December, that is 5 months. So that's a benefit for 5 months. That is 24,000. 24,000. Next, he was provided with a full furnished house with water and electricity. The employer paid a monthly rent of 450. He was deducted 10% as a rent. The cost of furniture. So about we have the house benefit, but before we go to house benefit, let's go to furnished furniture. So inakwanga 1% per month if I'm not wrong, or 1% per what. So furnished inakuwa 12% per month. So 12% times the cost. So that is 12% times 300,000. So inakwanga 12% or 1% per month or 12% per year on the cost. So 0.12 times 300,000. which is 36,000. I can also see wamesema mambo na alikuwa provided with water and electricity. So water, we shall consider two item water. So we shall consider set limit and actual amount paid. Actual amount, then electricity of the same, set limit and actual. Then we pick the higher. So the prescribed is 6,000. The prescribed rate is 6,000 for water, but for we can check. Let us check from our schedule. Tutakuwa tumepatiwa kwa schedule yetu pale juu. So ukienda pale juu commission rate water pale juu, tunaenda juu pale kwa juu schedule. So water, the commission na prescribe is 6,000. Limit 6,000 na electricity 18,000. Let us see what was paid by the employer. Let us see what was paid by the employer. So anatuambia he was provided with a fully furnished house fitted with water and electricity. The employer paid a monthly rent of 45,000. He deducted 10% of his basic salary for rent. The cost of furniture is that one. Then electricity water was paid at monthly electricity water. So per month. So tukianza na water ni 35,500. Water ni 35. Actual amount paid 3,500 times 12. Na huyu mwingine ni 2,800 times 12. Times 12. So tunaanza na 3,500 times 12, which is 42,000. You pick the higher. Kama kawaida ni 42,000. Taxable. 2,800 times 12. 33,600. Kama kawaida you pick the higher. Pick the higher. The higher is 33,600. So tumemaliza hivyo. Haya, tutarudi kwa house benefit later. For now we ignore it. The company paid a life insurance of 600 per month for the member of the household from 1st September 2018. He had included himself and his wife and the son in the insurance policy. So hiyo ni benefit. So kampuni inamlipia 6,000. Kampuni inamlipia 6,000. So insurance premium, that's the benefit paid by the company. Insurance premium. So ni 6,000. Now, this insurance cover was paid from which month? The company paid insurance life premium of 6,000 per month for each member. Kumbuka kwa how many member? Wako watatu. Yeye na bibi yake na kijana, so ni watatu. Then alipa for how many months? So he paid from September. So September, October, November, December. That is 5 months. September, October, November, December. That is 4 months. That is 4 months. So he paid for 4 months. So 6,000 times 3 times 4. That is 72,000. 72,000, that one is correct. So tukitoka hapo tunaweza next kwa he contributes 90% of his monthly toward a registered scheme. While the employer contributed the 15%. So registered scheme. So we talk about the registered scheme, ukumbuke hiyo inaenda kwa pension. Pension contribution. So pension contribution. Pension contribution. That one tutaangalia baadaye. So he contributed 10% of his monthly toward a registered pension scheme, while the employer contributed 15% of the basic salary toward the scheme. So this is pension contribution. So 10%, we shall consider 10% contribution by the employer as a allowable deduction the rest we shall ignore. The rest we are going to ignore. But remember, we shall also claim Shall we claim or what? Anyway, I'm interested with the 10% only for now, but we shall take a look at it later. He enjoyed a free medical treatment under the medical scheme that operated by the company for all the employees. So this one is medical scheme, medical contribution, contribution. Remember, this one covers all the employees, so not discriminatory, not discriminatory. Now, in that case, it is not taxable. In that case, it is not taxable. Yeah, in that case, not taxable. Next, during the year, the company paid him a total of 35,000 as a school fees for his study to start in the county. The amount was not included in the company income statement. So the amount was not included in the company financial. What does it mean? What does it mean when the amount is not included in the company financial statement? So we write this down. Let's write this down about education fee. So remember, you have education fee. So this education fee is paid by the employee, by the employer. So it's paid by the employer to the employee. Now this is what you need to know. NB, school fees paid by the employer are paid by employer for employee education or his dependents or his dependents is a taxable benefit, is a taxable benefit. It is a taxable benefit where employer has included in the income statement, where the employer has included it in the income statement. In the income statement. Now, if not included, not taxable. Not taxable. So kama itakuwa included, hatutaiweka hapa. So let us see this information. Tuambia during the year, kama did a total of 35,000 as a school fees for his study in the county school. The amount was not included. Not included. Not included kumaanisha it shall not be taxed. So tunaweka dash. So we put a dash. But kama ilikuwa included, it must be taxed. So kama ilikuwa included ni kumaanisha it was not paid. The tax was not paid by the employer. So who pays the tax? This person. But if it was not included, this one, it means the tax was paid by the employer. So we have to kulipa your tax, so unaweka dash. So you check on that. Next item. On 1st August, so you also check the dates. On 1st August 2018, the company provided him with a Land Rover. So Land Rover. We start with the CC rating for Land Rover. So CC rating for Land Rover inakuanga pale juu na unaangalia Land Rover. So unapanda pale juu, you check for Land Rover is 86,400. 86,400. Then 24% of the cost. So 24% of the cost. So wanatuambia hapo where is it? 1st August. So ilianzia August, September, October, November, 5 months. So kumaanisha tutaweka for in monthly base. So in monthly 2%. So 2% times 4 months times the cost. So ndiko rahisi, which is 1,800. That one is correct. So inatupatia ngapi? Hiyo itakuwa ngapi? Mimi nasoma vitu zangu. Hii swali nafanya ni iko sawa, iko sawa. So 1.8. What is the car benefit? Is it 24% au mimi nimeandika vitu zangu hapo? Car benefit is 24%. Yeah, that is correct. So car benefit. And then ametupatia cc. Now let us see this cc ni ngapi? 3000 cc. 3000 cc. Hey. But this one is Land Rover. We have Land Rover pale chini. Hata kama amepatia cc, we are going with the one huko chini, which is 86,400. Anyway, now we need to compare that one with the cost. So hiyo cost ilianza, so tumesema ni 2% times 4. So 0.02 times 4 times 1800, 1 2 3 144,000. 144,000. You pick the higher. 144,000. So you pick the higher. 144,000. 144,000. Haya. Next we can go to Gardener. Naona pale kuna Gardener na Watchman. Gardener na Watchman. So alipatiwa Gardener na employer na pia akapatiwa, alipatiwa Gardener na Watchman. So alipatiwa Gardener na Watchman. So in that case, the Gardener was paid 12,500 per month. 12,500. Leo mwingine alikuwa analipwa 15,000. Zote zilianza the same month. So times 4. So times 4 from August, September, October, November. Actually ni 5 months. Sijui mbona mimi nafanyaje? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. It is 5 months. So hata hapa tumekosea. Supposed to be 5. So let us do it again. So itakuwa ni 0.02 times 5 times 180,000, which is a lot. 0.02 times 5 times, sorry, 1.8. 180,000. So this is supposed to be 180. So you pick the higher. 180,000. Hizi zingine ni kawaida. 62,500. Then mwingine 15,000 times 5, which is 75,000. Hiyo iko sawa hivyo vile ilivyo. Then I think tumemaliza kwa sababu information number 9 is about rental income. We are going to ignore the rental income as per now. And then is number 10, dividend income, we ignore. So tunafika hapa so that we get the employment income. Employment income. So we add them together. Together. So once with that tumefika hapo, we can get the house benefit. Now in this case tu jamaa iko information number 3. He was provided with a fully furnished house. So alipewa nyumba. So we need to check the house benefit because already tumeambiwa he was provided with a house. So house benefit. Now house benefit kama kawaida tunajuanga. So let us finish. So he was provided with a fully furnished house fitted with water and electricity. Hiyo tumeshafanya. So furnished part tumefanya, water and electricity tumefanya. So the employer paid a monthly rate of 45,000. So employer alimlipia he was deducted 10% of his basic salary for rent. Pia yeye alikuwa anakatwa 10%. So remember it is 10% of the employment. The house benefit inakwanga, house benefit is equals to, not, it's 15% of the employment income. Supposed to be 15% of the employment income. So tuanze na hiyo ya kwanza. So tufanyie hapa 15% of the employment income. Then remember we are supposed to less nominal rent. So we are supposed to less the nominal rent. Ni ngapi? Before we less the nominal rent, okay, we less the nominal rent. Umtuambia ni 10% of the basic salary, 1,440. So hii itakuwa ngapi? Itakuwa ni 0.15 times 1965 100, which is 294 765. And then 0.1 times 1440,000 144,000. So itakuja ngapi? 294 765 minus 144,000. This one is 150. So this one is 150 765. So you compare with the market value. Market value. Now market value ni ngapi? From the question. Market value ni 45,000. So 45,000 times 12. 45,000 times 12. But remember to less the rent paid, nominal rent, so that we compare the two. Then we pick the lower. The lower or the higher. We pick the lower or the higher. Yes, is the higher, sorry. Nimeiweka hivyo sana. Nimeshikana sana. Acha nirudishe nyuma kidogo. 294. Let me put it, niweke it was shape. Ndio kwa line moja. So haya fanya hivi kwanza na huyu. So 0.15 times 1965 100 293 415. We can go to the market value first. Market value najua ni 45,000 times 12. 45,000 times 12, which is 540,000. Then you are supposed to less nominal rent. Nominal rent, which is 10% times 144,000, which is minus 144,000. So ya kwanza tukiless 294 145 minus 144,000 natupatia, so huyu minus nominal rent natupatia 150, natupatia 150 145 150 145. Na huyu mwingine wa 540,000 natupatia 396 396,000. So supposed to pick the higher, which is 396,000. 396. That is the higher of the two. So you compare. So ukumbuke kwa house benefit. Remember kwa house benefit unachukuanga the 15% you less the nominal rent. So 15% of this employment income ni 245 294 145. But remember the nominal rent ni 144. So 294,145 minus 144,000 unapata 150, 145. Then we'll compare with any other value that is available. In this case tumeambiwa analipa rent, so the employer, not the employee. Kumbuka the employee ndo analipa nominal rent, but remember the employer analipa hiyo nyumba sasa, the full house yenye jamaa anakaa. So hiyo nyumba yenye anakaa, the full house ni 45,000 per month times 12 ni 540. So that's the total value of that house in a year. You less the nominal rent ya 144 unapata ni 396. So you compare the two, the higher unaweka hapo. Aya, tukishamaliza hiyo, now we can list the allowable deduction, which is the pension. So we can get now the pension income. Pension income. Tukishapata pension income, now we can get we can less allowable deduction. So we less allowable deduction. So tunasema ni 1965,100 plus 396,000. So total pension income. Now let's now deduct the pension. Now in our question, the actual pension. So actual. So we start with the pension contribution. Salable pension contribution. So we start with the actual. So actual, so turudi kwa swali yetu kwa juu. Tuone actual contribution ilikuwa ngapi. Pension ilikuwa which information? Number 5. So he contributed 10% of his monthly toward a registered scheme. So 10%. So 10%. So he contributed 10% of his monthly pay. So monthly pay ni ile 1440. Money you can share 10% times the monthly pay ni 1,140. Which is 144,000. This one. That is a monthly pay. Aya. Tukishatoka hapo kwa monthly pay, tunaangalia set limit. Set limit to 40,000. Then we have the 30%. So after hapo we have the 30% of the pensionable income. 30% now, we also compare with the 30% of the pensionable income, which is 23,61,000. Then you take the lower. You take the lower. So 0.3 times 23,61,000. 23,61,000 inatupatia 708. 0.3 times 23,61,000. 708. 300. 708, 300. To take the lower is 144,000. So the lower is 144,000. 144,000. Hiyo tumemaliza hivyo. Do we have any other item? Hakuna. So we can get the total pensionable scheme. Total pensionable income. Total pensionable income 23,61,000 plus answer, which is 69,300. Now we can add other income now. So we can add other income because tumemalizana kila kitu. So we add other income. Na nikiangalia kwa swali yetu, the only income that is available is income number 9 and number 10. Number 10 is about dividend from cooperative. Dividend from cooperative. The final tax, the dividend, the amount is not final. Tax is not final. So dividend from cooperative. We need to put the gross amount. So in this case, remember dividend is 15%, inakuanga 15%. So remember inakuwa 15%. The withholding tax is 15%. In this case, it is net. We need the gross. So this amount, 42,400, 500 represent 85%. What about 100%? So what about 100%? 42,500 times 100 divided by 85, which is 50,000. So we add back 50,000. Then we have another form of income, rental income. Rental income. Rental income. Now this rental income is rental income. It is what? I invested in rental income and earned a rental income of 72,000 after deducting the following expenditure. Now the rental income, because hatujaambiwa kama ni commercial, hatujaambiwa kama ni commercial ama ni residential. Commercial or residential. Now because hatujaambiwa if it's commercial or residential, we are going to assume the withholding tax is final. So we assume withholding tax is final. So we can dash to make our work easier. We make our work easier. So we assume it is residential. So take into bracket, assume residential. Residential meaning withholding tax is final. Residential meaning withholding tax is final tax. Withholding tax is final tax. I think that one will be most favorable. Not residential, but commercial. Commercial ndio tunasema commercial. Commercial meaning the withholding tax is final. So we can add now together. So kwa tumefika hapa 2361,000 minus 144,000. Kwa shafika hapa 369,300 plus 50,000. So total taxable income. Total taxable income, because hakuna kitu kingine, ni 3,119,300. 3,119,300. Now tukishafanya hivyo, now we can go to na niliadi vibaya. Let me add again. 2361,000 minus 144,000. This is supposed to be 2217. Zilikuwa wapi figure? Supposed to be 2217,000 plus 50,000 plus 50,000, 2267,000. 2267,000. Now ukishafika hapo, then don't forget now to go to the other item. The other item, tax payable. Tax payable. Tax payable. So the first one, on first, ni tunajua ni so on the first tunajua ni let me check that table again is pote. The table anasema on the first ni 288,000, 10%, budget 28,800. On next ni 100,000, 25%, 25,000. On third, on next Now on the next nikiangalia hapa ni kama imefika because ni 2 million. So hiyo itakuwa ni 2267,000 minus 100,000 minus 288,000. 1897. 1879,000. 30%. 563,700. Total tax liability plus 25,000, 28,800, 617,500. Then we let's pay in. So just let's pay it. In our previous class, I took out the less. So you are supposed to less it. So pay ilikuwa ni pale juu information number 1. 48,000 times 12. 48,000 times 12. 576,000. Itakuwa 617 minus answer 41,500. Haya, tukisha lesa hiyo we are supposed to less other items. Kuna items kumi tunafaa tu less hapa. Ya kwanza less withholding tax. Ilikuwa tu huyu peke yake. Ni tuliweka hapa dividends. Ilikuwa ni 15% times 50,000. 0.15 times 50,000. So 7,500. Then we less personal relief. 28,800. Kuna kitu kingine yenye hatujaweka. Any other thing? Ni hiyo tu. I think there was an education relief. This one, education relief, which is 15% times 72,000. So 0.15 times 72,000, which is 10,800. So tax payable. So 617,500 minus 576,000, 7,500, 28,800, 10,800. So this guy is not supposed to pay a tax. So he's not entitled to pay any form of tax because tumepata a negative figure. Because tumepata a negative figure. So that one is all about it. That is all about it. So I think that marks the end of that question. So let's do for August 2023, question number 3C. The question is about Solomon, Mr. Solomon. So August 2023, the question is about Mr. Solomon. Mr. Solomon. So let me grab the board. So let us do it. So rather than the first information, his basic salary was 120,000. Net pay ni ngapi hapo anatuambia? Net pay 14,000. So net pay, so we shall not include let me check. We shall include the two actually. We are going to include the two. So in this question we are going to include the two. So basic salary. So they include the two. So basic salary 120,000 plus 48,000 times 12. So we are going to include the 2. So 120,000 plus 48,000 times 12. 2016. 2016,000. So we add the benefit. Then we are going to add benefits. So we are going to add the benefits. We are going to add the benefit. So it was provided with a lunch by the employer from 1st August 2022 for 6,000 per month. So lunch is a benefit, 6,000. But remember, from August, September, October, November, December, that is 5 months times 5, which is 30,000. 6 times 5, that is ngapi yo? 30,000. Tuendelee. Kutoka kwa lunch, you enjoy a medical allowance from the company which is only available to the senior. That is discriminatory. So medical allowance, medical cover, hiyo ina cover only senior employees, so discriminatory, taxable. But kama iko ina cover all the employees, haungeweka hapa, ungeweka dash. Unakuja unaweka hapa dash, but because it is discriminatory, lazima uweke the figure. So the figure is 12,500 per month. So we are going to assume alitumia for the whole year 2,500 times 12. Hapa ni ngapi? 2,000? 12,500. So 12,500 times 12. So that one is taxable 150,000. So alitumia the company paid a life insurance premium of 48 per month for each member of the family from 1st October. So there was a payment of insurance, payment of life insurance, payment of life insurance. So tunaweka life insurance. So yeye alilipiwa kiasi gani? So the company ni kama the 4,800. 4,800. So alipo for how many members? So alikuwa watatu. So there were 3 of them. So there were 3 of them from 1st of September. So September, October, November, na December, 4 months. So 3 times 4. So 3 times 4. So that is life insurance. That is life insurance. So remember, we shall also, hiyo amount tutaichukua kwa chuma baadaye, we shall claim a relief for that one. So remember, we shall also claim a relief of this amount 57. So remember pia this figure we shall claim a relief. Aya, tukitoka kwa insurance relief, tunaenda kwa during the year the employer paid a total of 200,000 as a school fees for the aircraft. The amount was allowed in the company income statement. So if it was allowed, ni kumaanisha in the company statement was treated as allowable expense, meaning the company did not pay tax. So nani anafaa kulipa tax hiyo school fees? Now the employee. So school fees. Wakisema it was treated as a, so kumbuke the previous question tulifanya walituambia it was not included in the income statement. Hiyo inamaanisha if it is not included ni kumaanisha walilipia tax. Now in this case it was treated as allowable expense, meaning if the company treated it as allowable expense, the company does not pay tax. So nani analipa tax? Ni huyu jamaa. Aya, sawa sawa. So that hiyo information the same na kusema the same as this one. Naona hii ya kwanza. So now tulikuwa na mbili NB. We had 2 of them. So tulikuwa na huyu na huyu. So hii inamaanisha it was treated as disallowable expense. Na hii inamaanisha it was treated hii inamaanisha it was treated as allowable expense. So ukitreat as allowable expense kumaanisha the employer hajalipia tax. Sasa if not included, it is not taxable. If included is allowable, meaning huyu analipia tax. Sasa tumemalizana na hiyo school fees. Next one, he was provided a fully furnished house with electricity and water. So furnished house, so unakuja unaandika hapa kwanza unaandika furniture. Ukiwa na furnished house juu kuna furniture which is 12% per month. So 12% of the cost. So what's the cost of the house furniture? To 40,000. So 12% times to 40,000. So 12%. So 0.12 times to 40,000. 28,800. That one is taxable. That's a benefit in form of a furniture. That's a benefit in form of our furniture. And then you have vitu mbili hapo chini yake wametuambia, apart from the monthly rent wametuambia kuna electricity and water. Electricity and water. So we need the actual with the set limit. Actual, the set limit. So we can start with the set limit. Tunaenda pale juu kwa nini yetu pale juu. In our template pale juu tumepatiwa. Water ni paia ni water ni 6,000. 6,000 na electricity ni 18,000. So water ni 6,000. Na mwingine ni 18,000. Now let us see what was paid. So that is per annum. Remember hiyo nimeweka ni per annum. So turudi kwa swali yetu. So hajatuambia the period for the whole year. So tuanze na electricity ni 1800 times 12. 1800 times 12. Na huu mwingine ni 1000 times 12. 1000 times 12. So hii inatupatia 12,000. Compare with the other one. So the higher ni 12,000. Higher. Hii inatupatia 1800 times 12. 21,600. Compare with the other one, the higher is 21,600. 21,600. Kisha maliza hiyo. On 1st October, the company provided me with the following. So 1st October, Land Cruiser. So Land Cruiser ametuambia hapo. We have a CC of 3,000 CC. But remember, Land Cruiser, I go to the rate prescribed by the commissioner. The rate prescribed by the commissioner tukienda kwa Land Cruiser ni 86,400 actually. So set limit 84,600. So you don't need to use the 3,000 cc. I don't know why wameweka 3,000 cc. But inafaa kwa 84,600. Sorry, 86,400. 86,400 iko pale juu kwa commissioner. Then you compare with the cost. Now the cost kumbuke sasa ametuambia pale ilianza on which month? October. So October, November, December. Only for 3 months. So kumaanisha, but remember the total cost, the cost in rate is 24% per month. Remember 24% per month. But so because iko in monthly, 24 divided by 12 ni 2%. So 2% for October, November, December for 3 months. Then you multiply with the cost, which was 3.2. So here itatupatia the answer to that one. So the cost was 3.2. So 0.02 times 3.2 times 3 months. So that one is 192,000. So 192. Pick the higher. So the higher is what is taxable. Higher. Tukimaliza hapo tunaenda next house servant. So house servant is a benefit. Alipewa house servant by the employer. House servant. So we need to check the set limit na actual. So set limit na actual. So the market rate is 12,500. So the market rate or the set limit is 12,500. Yeah, 12,500. That's the market rate. Now let us go to our question. So our servant, so ilianza, ukumbuke ilianza 1st October. Remember I started 1st October. So October, November, December, for 3 months. So times 3. Yeah. What was paid, in this case, what was paid is 12,500. Yeah, zinafanana. Okay, ametupatia pale chini the fair market. The fair market value forgiven by the commission is 14,000 for each of them. So set limit tumeshapewa. So hata kuja tuangalie ni 14,000. Then what was paid is 12,500. So alikuwa anatupatia. Then for watchman set limit pia ametuambia pale chini commissioner wamesema as 14,000 times 3. Then actual paid. So how much was paid? Actual payment for huyo mwingine ni watchman alikuwa analipo 15,000. 15,000 times 3. So we pick the higher. So 14,000 times 3. 42,000. 42,000. 12,500 times 3. That's 7,500. So that is 7,500. 45,000. 45,000. So hiyo ni kuhusu the limit. Then he contributed 15% to register scheme, 10% to the basic salary scheme. So he contributed 15% of his monthly base salary toward a registered pension scheme, and the employer contribute 10%. Hiyo tutaconsider baadaye, we ignore it for now. So tumemaliza kila kitu. Number 9 is other income. Hiyo tutaconsider baadaye. Number 10 also is other income. So hiyo tutaconsider baadaye. So I think the only thing remaining now is information about hakuna ni house benefit. So the only information now remaining is about house benefit, which is information number 6. So for now, let us add this together. Get the total employment income. Total employment income. So tunasema ni 2016 1,000, 30,000, 150,000, 57,600, 200,000, 28,800, 21,600, 12,000, 192,000, 37,500, 45,000. So we apply 27, 90, 500. 27, 90, 500. Sijui kama mnapata hivyo. 27, 90, 500. Haya. 27, 90, 500. Now we need to consider the house benefit. The house benefit. So information number 6. House benefit was information number 6. He was provided a fully furnished house with electricity,